Have you ever heard anyone using the words will or would and been confused by the difference? When making a conditional sentence, what's the difference between if I have and if I had? If you've ever asked or been confused by those questions, then this video is for you. Stay tuned as I make the second conditional easy. Before starting today's lesson, there's something very important I need you to do. I need you to stop watching this video and check out my lesson on the first conditional. Having a good working knowledge of the first conditional is crucial to understanding the correct usage of the second conditional. It's alright. Go ahead and watch it, and I'll wait right here. All done? Good. What you should have learned from that lesson is that we use the first conditional to talk about real things in the present. You should also have learned the structure of the first conditional, which is if plus present simple plus future simple. Remembering the correct structure and usage of the first conditional will make it much easier when comparing to the second conditional. The best way to understand the difference between the first and second conditional is to see a comparison of them side by side. Let's take a look at a sentence using the first conditional. If I see a puppy, I will play with it. This refers to a routine or habit I have when I see baby dogs. I like them. When I see them, I want to play with them. This is both real and true in the present. How about this sentence? If I saw a zombie, I would run away. Do you think I've ever seen a zombie in real life? The answer is, of course, no. So is this a real situation? No. Even though I'm still talking about how I would react in the present, seeing a zombie is not a real situation. It is unreal. And that is when we use the second conditional, when imagining hypothetical, unreal, or imaginary things in the present. In fact, some people occasionally refer to the second conditional as the unreal present conditional. They are the same thing. Let's look a little bit more closely at the structure and correct usage of the second conditional. Let's begin by checking out the structure of the second conditional by comparing it to a sentence using the first conditional. We'll use the same examples as before, the zombie and the dog. In case you've forgotten them, they are as follows. If I see a puppy, I will play with it. And if I saw a zombie, I would run away. The structure for the first conditional, as you can see, is if plus present simple plus future simple. The structure for the second conditional is a little bit different. Instead of using if plus present simple, we use if plus past simple. But that's not the only difference. Another very important difference is what comes after, which is would and not will. Almost every day, people message me on the English Made Easy Facebook page, which you can find linked in the description below, about the difference between will and would. I always explain that will and would have many different definitions depending on the sentence because they are modal verbs. But I think a lot of the confusion between will and would comes from when using them in first conditional sentences and second conditional sentences. So what we can say about the structure of the second conditional is that it's if plus past simple plus would. Reducing the structure to just that, however, simplifies things a little bit too much, so we can go into some more detail. As with the first conditional, the second conditional is split into two clauses, the condition and the result. The first clause, the condition, sets up the idea and gives us the scenario in which we will react to. The second clause, the result, defines how we will react to the condition. I think it's fair to say that different people would have different results and react in different ways when presented with different conditions. The clauses are divided by a comma, which indicates that we should give a small pause when speaking. However, like the first conditional, we can rearrange the sentence, specifically rearrange the clauses. What we can do to rearrange the clauses is to take the condition and move it to the end instead of having the result at the end. Instead of saying, if I saw a zombie, I would run away, it is perfectly acceptable to say, I would run away if I saw a zombie. But for those who care a lot about punctuation, don't forget to remove the comma if putting the result first. A quick recap before we check out some examples. We use the second conditional to talk about how we would react to unreal things if they happened in the present. Instead of using present simple, we use past simple. Instead of using will, we use would. We can also start with a condition and follow with a result, or start with a result and follow with a condition. Let's check out some examples. To with the condition first, and to with the result first. If I had $10 million, I would buy a nice house. If he could fly, he would travel around the world. You would be a lot healthier if you worked out more. They wouldn't be allowed on the ride if they were taller. Just as with the first conditional, we are not stuck with the modal verb would as the result every time. Specifically, if we want to imply that there is not 100% certainty that what we are saying would happen. If you are less confident about how you would react if the situation were to present itself, then you have the options of using could, may, or might. Could means that this would be possible, but it doesn't mean that you would do it. May and might mean you are not 100% sure you would choose this option, though there's certainly a possibility that you would. Let's check out some examples to make things a little bit clearer. If he won the lottery, he could quit his job. He might arrive late if he didn't leave before 10. If she opened a restaurant, she may need a bank loan. Now that we've learned about the second conditional, it's time to practice. In the comments below, we're going to play a game. This is called a conditional snake. It's both a simple and effective way to practice your second conditional structures. I will start in the comments by writing a sentence using the second conditional. For example, if I won the lottery, I would buy a plane. The next person should write a sentence using the result of my sentence as the condition of theirs. For example, they might say, if I bought a plane, I would travel around the world. I'll write a few sentences to get us started, then I'd like you to continue. Go have fun. Thanks for watching this lesson of English Made Easy. If you feel like this video helped you, please give it a like, share it with your friends, or even consider subscribing to see more of our videos. If you have a question that you want answered, please post it in the comments section below. Or if you'd like to join our community, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even support us on Patreon. You can find the links to all of these below. Thanks for watching and keep learning.